Today we're going to show you how to access XA using PowerLink from Infor. You can use the desktop icon if one exists by simply clicking on it, or you can look under All Programs, find your Infor folder, click on that, and then double click on your PowerLink icon. Either way, this logon screen will appear. It has a status bar at the bottom which indicates the current processes that are occurring. In a moment, a username and a password line will open. Plus, you have the ability to select which environment you would like to go into. In our environment, we have two. We have the XA environment, which is the live environment, and the XD environment, which is the test environment. Most likely, you'll want to go into the XA environment. That's because you want to do work. Type your username on the first line and your password by hitting Tab on the next line. At this point, you could press Enter or click on the Continue button. I'm just going to click. Once again, the status bar indicates what's happening, and you notice you have green bars here that work sort of like a cell phone to indicate the performance. The number of green bars or the size of the green bars, the better it's working. This is our main screen for XA. If you notice, you have a list of tabs on the right hand side. These are the different areas of applications we have, and at the bottom we have tabs for accessing icons within each application. This is our AM Plus or accounting package, and it's on the Accounts Receivable tab, where we could work on different functions within Accounts Receivable. We could go Accounts Payable by clicking on that tab. The icons would change, indicating the functions we could do there. Same with the General Ledger. We have different functions we could do there. On the right hand side, if we clicked on Customer Service, we'd come up and we'd see two icons that are available to start out with under Customer Orders. As one is the customers. This will show us all our customers in our Customer Master. This screen will open up in just a second. There we go. There'll be a line of icons across the top. This is the icon bar that you could, toolbar, that you can use different functions. You can highlight a customer, double click and drill down into that customer. We will go deeper into this at another time. We could look at the customer orders and quotes. Once again, we have icons across the top of the functions we can do within here. We can generate generate orders, etc., maintain orders. Tabs across the bottom that are different functions within the customer service. We could look at shipments and invoicing, other customer service tasks. We'll get into that stuff in a little while. Under the engineering tab, we have the PDM Plus application, and we also have the Enterprise PDM or EPDM tab. These are functions used to control the inventory or the item master and the item balance files. We have a procurement tab. It's where purchasing is dealt with and maintained. Settings is where we do the behind the scenes work in Mapix. We also can set up user preferences and things like that here. PDM Plus here is the same. PDM Plus, it's under engineering. Materials is where we do our item master as far as receiving purchase orders and things like that. Doing inventory. Yeah, the production, which receives manufacturing orders. Also, it allows us to do MRP requirements. Integrator is a technical application which most people will not have access to. Planning is another way of accessing MRP. This is a test menu I was working with. This materials is for release 9. It is the same but more that release 7 has. And once again, we have the Enterprise Data Management EPDM right here, which is the same as the one under engineering. These are totally configurable. We can change where these are, what's in each one, what you see, what you can't see. When you're done using this application, you simply use the file exit to disconnect or log off of Mapix, and you're back to where you were. There's also a way of accessing Mapix XA or Infor XA using a thin client. The PowerLink is a thick client, but we also have netlink, which is a thin client, and it runs on browser. Gives us almost all the functionality that PowerLink gives us, except it runs in a web browser, and you lose a little functionality, and it's not as crisp, or I guess that's not the right term. It's not as robust as far as looks. You got a username, you got to type it in just like before. Your password. You can choose the environment. This is your continue button. As you can see, it's similar to the looks of the other application, except it's web-based. You got your AM Plus, accounts receivable. These are the functions. You have accounts payable, and these are the functions there. Then you have general ledger. Same thing with customer service. Remember our customer master, we can access it here. What's nice about the browser-based application is the fact that we can run it on, oops, I just exited out of there. It will allow you to run it on just about any device out there that has a web browser. It works with Chrome, it works with Internet Explorer. It has most of the functionality that browser has, excuse me, the PowerLink has, except you can't maintain things here. You can't change the way the screen looks. Just like in PowerLink, we can change the configuration of files and things like that. Here we can't. We're stuck with what we got. But if we make a change in the PowerLink, it'll be reflected here. Here's your file log out button. That's the proper way to disconnect. And then we can close this down. So we have the PowerLink and the netlink used to access Infor XA.